Hello and welcome to Jamesville-DeWitt Central High School, where today we will have the JV girls basketball matchup between the Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams and the visiting East Syracuse-Minoa Spartans. We've got a great matchup here today. These two teams know each other very well, very competitive, so it's going to be a great game. We're going to go through the starting lineups of each team. JD will be starting number 3, Kat DeForest, number 11, Sadie Withers, number 14, Victoria Payne, number 15, Ava Sandroni, and number 22, Gabby Schnorr. From the Spartans, we will have 10, Leah Shavusti, 12, Leah Ram, 14, Maya Boots, 23, Olivia Goff, and 30, Karamaya Mayer. Teams taking the floor right now. And we're looking forward to a great game. Unfortunately, the girls varsity game that was supposed to happen tomorrow between these two teams was canceled due to COVID concerns, but we're very lucky to be able to watch this JV contest tonight. And JD will win the tip, and immediately a wide open fast break, and Victoria Payne with it and one right off the bat. Let's take another look at this. Great pass, just a little bit of contact there from the Spartans. And it will be a quick lead for the Rams. Payne not able to convert at the line. And already the defense from Jamesville-DeWitt showing, forcing a jump ball there. Inbounded to Mayer. Pass through the middle. And that is swiped away by Schnorr. Quickly taken back. Shavusi unable to convert. Up, and it's good from Ava Sandroni. No fear, unleashing it from deep. Let's take another look at that opening play of the game. Just great vision by the Rams to find Victoria Payne wide open underneath the basket. Coming out to a quick 5-0 lead, the Rams are very happy with what they're doing. Several disruptions on the defensive end, and ESM will need to try to pass the ball cleaner and smoother as they try to get back into this game early on. Ram again under pressure, able to get it away to Shavusti. Spartans swinging the ball around. Shot clock winding down. Mayer gets it up, no good. Good hustle on the offensive board by Shavusti. Mayer again from much deeper. Clank off the rim. Payne weaving in and out of the defense. Ball is taken away. And we're going to see a double dribble called on Rem there. Great heads-up defensive play, just wasn't able to finish there. Pump fake by Schnorr, floater. Circled around the rim, no good. Cat DeForest rebounds it, puts it right back in. Red Rams coming out with a press, quickly get the steal by Sadie Withers. The ball is thrown under the basket and is tied up. Withers will inbound the ball for the Rams. Schnorr can't extend the lead to 9. You've heard me say it already tonight. Ball's on the floor, jump ball. This time the Spartans will get it. They feed Shavusti inside, and she'll end up at the line. Unafraid of the defense, draws plenty of contact, which will put her at the charity stripe. It's up, and it's good. That will officially put ESM on the scoreboard. Bouncing around the rim, just barely falls out, 7-1. Sandroni thought about it. And yet another jump ball less than 3 minutes into this game. Payne just short. Sandroni still able to keep the possession. Floater just inside the free throw line. And Payne kisses it off the glass, 9-1. And Payne right back in action. Steals the ball. And we are going to get a foul called on the Spartans. Great heads-up play by Payne. Scoring, not afraid to play some defense too. ESM will end up with the ball. They really need to get something going here. The press that the Red Rams are running is very difficult to break. They play aggressive and they attack you, forcing you to make a quick decision. That time maybe a bit too aggressive. Reach in on it by Avid Sandroni. Give and go. And we're going to get another foul. This one on Abby Newman. Beautiful crossover from Shavusti. Comes down. Sandroni ends up with it. And that fast break will be stopped by a carrying violation. Rem has the ball, trying to get something herself. Mayer inside. Mayer is good. That's 2 points. for the Spartans, 9-3 now. Well short from Withers. Rem does push it up and is fouled by the Rams. Lots of fouls here early, both teams being very physical defensively. Spin move. And Goff is found wide open on the right side. She puts up another 2 points, 9-5. Payne can't answer. Neither can Sandroni. Rams still retain possession. Withers also too short. And yet Jamesville-DeWitt still gets the ball. Probably about offensive rebound number 8 for the Rams. And finally, the ball hits the rim, goes out of bounds. The Spartans will take possession. Another tip from Victoria Payne. Withers ends up with it. Too strong this time. Jump ball. ESM is just struggling with every single pass on this press. They can't seem to find anybody open, and they can't seem to put the ball on the ground either. It gives them very limited options. This time they break it. And Goff is fouled on her way up. Let's take a look. Finds the ball like a tight end and just puts it off the glass. Gets fouled hard. She's at the line for 2 shots. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Finally drops in. After starting the game with a 9-1 lead, the Red Rams are only up 9-7 now. And they put up another missed shot. They're going to get another opportunity here. What you're going to notice on the defensive end for the Spartans is they're running a 3-2 zone. This was something that Jamesville-DeWitt has been able to break if they beat it down the court on fast breaks, but when they have to drop a play in the half court, they've not been converting so much. They miss again, and the Spartans will end up with the ball. So that 3-2 zone, really able to discourage shooting from the outside, which the Red Rams love to do. So they're forced to go into the paint, which is nice and clogged up from those interior defenders, resulting in a lot of contested shots, as you've seen over these past few minutes. Payne with another steal. All the way up to Schnorr. Up and good from the Rams. 11-7. Rem a little bit open, decides to shoot, doesn't hit anything, and the Rams will get the ball back here. Another difficult pass attempted to go into the interior and tipped out of bounds. Jamesville-DeWitt will call a full timeout. So again, what's been able to get the Spartans back into the game is that 3-2 zone defense. That's not something you see a whole lot of in high school basketball, but when it is run, usually the teams are very used to it. So the Spartans able to force a lot of bad passes, force a lot of bad shots. That has been their key to working back from an 8-point deficit now down to just 4, and it's been as close as 2. They really want to limit the fast break opportunities for the Rams. That's been their biggest advantage so far. As we get back into this final minute of the first quarter, just want to remind you, our comment section is open below the video. If you have anything you want to contribute at all, just comment right below. Screen there gets Rem open. Throws a prayer up. JD comes down with it. Sandroni pushes hard, decides to come back out. They feed it inside again. Schnorr's going to take a long 2 off the rim. Fast break opportunity for the Spartans. Sandroni all over Rem. Saved by Sandroni. And to end the quarter, Sadie Withers puts up a nice jumper from the left side, which will extend the lead to 6, 13-7, going into the second quarter. You saw at the end there, offensive rebounds from Jamesville-DeWitt, several of them. They had a possession earlier with over 8 offensive rebounds in one possession. And give them enough opportunities, someone's going to come up with a bucket, whether it be Sandroni or Payne or Withers. There's a lot of scores on this Jamesville-DeWitt roster. Coaches are now meeting with their teams. We've got Coach Cantor over there on the Red Rams. Coach Cantor on the Red Rams bench along with Coach Sweeney talking to their team. Coach Sweeney, also the varsity coach, leading the varsity squad to a record of 2-3, 400 win percentage, and he's been the coach for 6 years of their modified team. So this is his first year with the JV and varsity teams. Definitely a difficult season to begin with. Very impressive what he's been able to put together. The Red Rams love to pressure the team no matter where they are. They've been pressing all game. They play defense all the way up to the half-court line. They will not hold back. Withers, a little bit of a heat check there. Gets it over to Payne. Sandroni finally shoots at left corner. Nothing. This time she drives. Another tie-up, and this time the Spartans will get the ball back. Payne tips it out from behind the defender. ESM still able to hold on to it. Rem fouled on the way up. Drives all the way through 2 or 3 defenders there and sandwiched at the charity stripe with a chance to make it a 4-point game. Too far to the right there. Too far to the right again. Luckily, goes off of Sandroni, and they keep the ball. Quick inbounds, nothing there. Victoria Payne coast to coast, just off glass. No good. Again and again, the Red Rams are able to get inside, but against that 3-2 zone, they cannot hit their layups. Spartans unable to get that layup or the three-pointer. DeForest gets the ball. Payne just overthrows her receiver there. She was looking at Kat DeForest, had a wide open opportunity at a layup. Pass was just a little too far over her head. Rem gets around 2 defenders. Her layup was disrupted though. Sandroni, one of the deepest 2s you can take. Too much power. Bank has been closed today for both teams. The offense for the Red Rams getting a little stagnant here. Just dribbles and slow passes around the perimeter. In fact, gets so stagnant that a 3-second violation called on the offense. And that seemed to be because of a switch to from a 3-2 zone to a 2-3 zone there from the Spartans, clogging up the middle of the paint even more. JD will take a 30-second timeout. Rem was able to beat 3 defenders down the court there, in and out. Eventually ends up at the left side, and she rewards her hustle with a great layup there. It is 13-9. 5.5 minutes left in the second quarter. It is still anybody's game. Who would have thought after a 9-1 lead, just few minutes into it, we'd be this close right now. Major props to the Spartans for fighting tooth and nail to make this a very competitive contest. and that is Casey Sullivan. A beautiful swish from the left corner there. Mayer tries to shoot fading away. Ends up taking another three. And eventually we will get Shavusi going to the free throw line for 2 shots. Mayer there missed 2 shots, but great offensive rebounding from McDuffie is giving the Spartans an opportunity to score. Two shots, 2 misses. A big missed opportunity there from ESM. They need all the points they can get. Sullivan, the same spot as before, this time just too much. Rem is able to slow down Sandroni, and she just answers back with a spin move and an easy layup. 17-9. Rem and the Charity Stripe have been close friends today. She will get 2 more opportunities. Rem goes 1 for 2 at the line. After missing a few before, she's very happy to get another point on the board for the Spartans. She's been handling the ball a lot today. She's probably exhausted, trying very hard to help score, help defend. She's all over the court. Boots backing down Payne, gets a foul called. Spartans underneath the basket now. The Rams left Mayer wide open on the right wing. 2 more points for the Spartans. Lots of arms inside. Few shots went up there. Eventually, after a few seconds of the ball rolling around, ESM takes possession. Victoria Payne, long, almost full court pass down to Kat DeForest. There was a failed pass attempt earlier in this half, and that seemed to make up for it. Great focus on the pass, great focus on the layup. Payne and DeForest looking, they finally were able to connect after a few missed opportunities earlier. A quick miss by the Spartans gives the Red Rams possession. Sullivan fervently calling for the ball. She puts in a wide open layup on the left side. 21-12, the Red Rams trying to pull away before the half. Rem over two defenders. Well too high. And now the Red Rams are pulling it back. Schnorr had an opening, just missed. Another miss by her cousin Withers. And the Spartans really need a score here going into the half. They need to find a momentum shift. They need to find a player to really push and score for them. We have some subs coming in. Sandroni from the Rams coming in to guard that defensive spot underneath the basket. ESM try to press of their own, and that forced Coach Sweeney of the Rams to call another timeout. Looking over at the ESM bench, head coach Tim Keogh has some connections to JD, 3 kids within the Jamesville-DeWitt district. Another example of a close tie between these two schools. Keogh over there telling his girls that they need to start converting on offense. It's been a while since they were able to put some points on the board. Rem has done a wonderful job handling the ball, but I feel like they're probably going to try to move the ball around a little bit more. We've seen Mayer unafraid to shoot from wherever on the court, and she's made a few buckets too. They might look to feed her next. The Spartans, who are now back into that 3-2 zone defense, forced another miss by the Rams. There was a foul after the rebound, and we will see the Spartans try to desperately put some points on the board before the final whistle of the first half blows. Leah Shavusti, an 8th grader on the JV team, puts up her first, and that one sinks through the basket. And that ball toilet bowls out. Jamesville-DeWitt ball. You can hear Coach Sweeney already telling his team, last shot. They do not want to give the Spartans another chance to score here. And now there's about half a second left. The Rams will try to drop something special here to get more points on the board. Pass into Payne, and that is broken up by Boots. And at halftime, it is now 21-13. The Red Rams up 8 points, just like they were at the beginning with that 9-1 lead. So 21-13. It's been a great game. Both teams looking to score a little bit more on offense. We will see you in less than 10 minutes to kick off the second half.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Jamesville-DeWitt Central High School here in DeWitt, New York. Sam Gelfand, not the person who was just on the air, but someone entirely new, here for this JV girls basketball contest between the Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams and the visiting East Syracuse-Minoa Spartans. Hi, everybody. That's me. I'm different than the guy who was just here. That's Tyler. We decided to swap over halftime just because it might be fun. We'll see how it goes. Hey, it's the penultimate broadcast of the season. Might as well have a little bit of fun with it. Why not? So we are about to start the third quarter. The Red Rams, for the most part, running away with this one. The East Syracuse-Minoa Spartans have been having difficulty putting up the proper shots and certainly connecting once they're able to get one off. And here we go. The third quarter is underway as Leah Rem will control. And a full timeout already taken by East Syracuse-Minoa. I thought that's what you had halftime for, but I don't make the rules. There we go, that's the right timeout taken off the board. Well, we appreciate you showing up here on JDTV, live on YouTube. The first half of this game, we got to see not quite a stylistic mismatch, but we got to see opposing styles attempting to clash. The 3-2 zone to less success for the Spartans, the 2-3 zone to more success. The Red Rams started off hot with a 9-1 lead and took them a little while to score anything else afterwards. So Leah Rem will control. Passes in now out to Maya Boots. Boots double teamed, puts up a prayer, rattles off, rebounded by Kat DeForest. Pass to Payne. And that won't connect. Passing round to Withers. And the Spartans have been extremely aggressive all night so far. They've forced so many different jump balls. Absolutely refusing to let go of the ball once they gain possession. However, they give it away there. Now Payne will take it down court. Couple of misconnections from Sadie Withers. And it looks like DeForest will go to the stripe. DeForest clangs her first. Second shot doesn't work out either. And you know what? I'm pretty sure that referee was the same one who did the varsity boys game against Liverpool last night. Same mask. Because it's 2021 and that's how we can identify people. Inbounded. Now it's Goff trying to take it down herself. Off the rim. Wrestled away by Chavusti. Over to Goff. Quick poke through. But a rushed shot. And off the hands of Rem. Rem trips, taken away by DeForest. Now it's Withers. Hook shot, overshot. DeForest gets the board. Payne into Withers. And this time overcompensation undershot. Withers will try one more time. Third time is not the charm. Taken away by DeForest. Payne now into Withers. Fourth shot from the same place. Fourth time's the charm. Not quite how the saying goes, but if you're the Red Rams, you'll take it. Foul drawn by Leah Rem. I was a little bit lazy with the replay button, but let's see if we got it. Yeah, we got the tail end of it. Little self-congratulatory pat on the back as Rem will go to the line. One doesn't work. And the second one is short. Payne all the way down. Passing around to Withers. Had to feed it out to Schnorr as she found herself falling backwards. Now Payne at point guard. Over to Sullivan, back to Payne. Withers. From downtown, she doesn't have quite the same accuracy as her older brothers, Marshall Withers, the sheriff. But that's why you're on junior varsity. You get that time to develop and cultivate your skills. As Payne gets the rebound. Sullivan to Withers, into DeForest. Back to Withers, to Payne, to Sullivan. Excuse me, Schnorr. Doesn't matter, she didn't make it anyway. Rem into Goff. Bounce pass and off the glass, it's Chavusti. Don't forget we have the comments section up and we are taking a look at what you're saying. And if you got anything you'd like to contribute, hey, let us know. And Paige Baker will contribute 2 points. It is 26-15. The Red Rams lead by 11. It's kind of like passing notes back in high school. If you got something you want to say, it'll be read in front of the entire class. Olivia Goff with another set of 2 points. It's 26-17. DeForest doesn't make it happen. Double teamed in the paint, knocked down, goes out. And now here's an interesting formation employed by the Red Rams, the 1-3-1. Not something you see every day, seems to be broken up in favor of a 2-3, but for a moment a 1-3-1 is a very rare zone defense, usually employed against mid-range shooting teams. And that may be a decent strategy for the Red Rams to be looking towards, as they do have something of a height advantage against ESM, so just naturally it's going to be harder for them to get all the way up to the basket. So they're going to be forced to take slightly longer shots, and that was too long of a shot from Leah Rem. Someone in the comments named Craig Howe says, yeah, Paige. But based on the picture, that's not Craig Howe. That's Rob Gronkowski. I don't know why he's going under a different name on the internet. Probably for anonymity's sake, but if it was going to be for anonymity's sake, you'd think you would change the picture. Layup by Sangeroni doesn't work. Now it's Payne, takes a jumper herself, and it goes right into the waiting arms of Olivia Goff. Rem controlling. Bounce pass to Chavusti. Goes out of bounds. Payne controlling. Now it's to Forrest. To Sandroni to Payne. Back to DeForest. And eventually the basket finds its way home. The Red Rams back to that 1-3-1. Almost like a soccer formation. Shot blocked by Payne. Rejected. No thank you, no dessert on the cards for me tonight. Do you normally get dessert when you go out to restaurants? Not that anyone's been out to a restaurant in a year, but you normally get dessert or you forget to leave room? Let us know in the comments section. I want to know what you think. Because usually I forget to leave room. I have the problem of loading up on the chips and the appetizers. So, it's a struggle enough just to save room for the main course. And the main course, of course, yet to come tonight, as we're only in the third quarter. Madeline Zezic, I think that's correct. Zezic will send it in off the hands of Goff. And it's snatched up by the Red Rams, rolling out of bounds. Zezic sends it into Rem. Constantino has her pass interdicted by the Red Rams. And an easy layup for Gabby Schnorr. The Spartans have been somewhat outclassed ever since the Red Rams figured out their defensive strategy for the night. That seems to be the story being told between these two teams consistently, is shifting defensive strategies. Sometimes sports resembles a game of chess more than you might think. This is one of those examples. It's really the strategy behind the play that makes the difference. So Leah Rem back to the charity stripe. She's well acquainted. And she makes her first. Second one does not work out in her favor. Pass to Withers. Withers takes it across half court. Fighting off Rem. Little stop and go outside of the key. From the corner, it's Abby Newman. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Two shots coming for Maris Kessler. Kessler's older sister, Everly, also played for the varsity team here at JD. A lot of siblings of former varsity players on this Red Ram squad. Paige Baker, Sadie Withers, Victoria Payne, Gabby Schnorr, Maris Kessler, and Sophia Zopi. Off the mark, Rebounded by McDuffie. Now it's down to Rem. Rem puts it in with a little kiss, and it's 20-30. 10 seconds. Can you hear Coach Sweeney counting down from the sidelines? 3 seconds. Final shot gets off. And that is the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how that ended one more time. Feet on the line. A long two-pointer, unfortunately. It is 32-20 at the end of the third quarter. Don't forget to join us tomorrow at 1 p.m. for the final basketball broadcast of the season. The ESM Spartans take on the Red Rams. That should be a phenomenal matchup. One truly worthy, a rematch of the sectional semifinals last year. And then, hey, guess what? Football season's back. The 26th, we're going to be airing the scrimmage against Cortland at 5 p.m. And then, of course, on the 27th, we have modified and junior varsity action coming up as well. It's going to be extremely exciting. The ESM Spartans and the Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams, fierce rivals, transcending every single sport at the respective schools. Who can forget, of course, on November 4th last year, 2020, the Spartans and the Red Rams played each other in soccer. JD won that one 1-0 after the undisputed save of the year, if not play of the year, courtesy of JD goalie Sam Allen, going completely vertical. Or horizontal, either one. He used both the X and the Y axis. It was really more of a 45-degree angle. I'm no mathematician. The fourth quarter is back underway, and the Red Rams immediately take it back. And Payne puts up 2 in quick fashion. 34-20. Cosentino, excuse me. Pass over to Boots. I'm going to blame Tyler's handwriting for any names I get wrong. McDuffie. Now Chavusti, 2 seconds on the shot clock. Doesn't matter, taken away by the Red Rams. Off the scorer table, white ball. It is funny how it's so much easier to read your own handwriting, no matter how hastily scribbled it might be. Not to say your handwriting's bad. It's not terrible, but it's not mine. DeForest, under heavy coverage, the Spartans really just trying to clog the key. They're eventually, no matter what strategy they attempt to employ, it all just kind of collapses into that. Withers searching for a target. It's Newman. Now it's Payne. Withers on the line. It's just a 2, but she sinks it. Hey, if Marshall Withers is the sheriff, does that make Sadie Withers the deputy? We're rolling with that now. And Payne rolling down to the other side of the court. Easy layup, not as easy as it looks. Withers off as well. Takes Kat DeForest to make 2. Rem slowing it slightly down. Pass almost off the hands of Chavusti. Now it's back to Rem. Withers keeping her under pressure. Now Chavusti tries to go to the basket. Rebounded by the Red Rams. Payne bounce pass to Schnorr. And a full timeout will be taken by the Spartans. Might as well take this moment to talk a little bit about our safety regulations that we've been following here. Masks must be on at all times. Benches have been extended, as you can see, into 3 rows to allow for social distancing. Everyone has to have their temperature checked at the door. No spectators are allowed inside, at least until tomorrow. It's going to be the first game with limited fan attendance. Only the seniors will be allowed to bring up to 2 guests each. And high-risk sports such as football, volleyball have been moved to the end of March. There will be no playoffs to minimize travel, and of course we're doing this with masks on. And we do appreciate you making sure to observe these safety precautions, not like you'd be allowed in here anyway, but watching the game virtually here on JD-TV. Sam Gelfand and Tyler Aitken bringing you this contest. JD with a 20-point lead over the Spartans right now. And the Red Rams certainly hoping they'll see something similar in the boys contest tomorrow. It's actually going to be the 10th matchup between ESM and JD in the past 5 years. JD leading the series 7-2. Yeah, guess who just did all their research for tomorrow's game before he showed up here tonight? The Red Rams have not used a timeout in the second half yet. So they have 2 in the bank, same with ESM. Now Leah Chavusti will go to the line. Could be Leah, could be Leia. Actually didn't ask. Did you ask, Tyler? No, you didn't ask. Shame on you. Interns, am I right, folks? You're not an intern, more of an equal partner. Unless it's convenient anyway. Immediately goes out of bounds. Spartan ball. Pass immediately intercepted. And now Payne, who's getting a lot of minutes, takes it down. She seems to be poised for that call-up in a year or two. And of course, you know, for some people on JV, it's about refining your skills and getting yourself to that better point. But for other players who might be a little bit more advanced, it's about saying, hey, coach, pick me, put me in. As Maris Kessler puts in 2 points, saying, hey, I've got the skills to make the jump to varsity. It's a proving ground of sorts, JV. Rim wide left. Rebounded by Zogby, it looks like. Or was that Paparo? Couldn't see the other number. There was a 3 in there somewhere. Make fun of me in the comment section if you want. I'm sleep deprived. Who cares? You probably care at home. That's kind of the whole point of this whole thing. Maya Boots currently controlling. Taken away. Bounce pass to Payne. Seems to be confusion as to whether or not that was a timeout called or a foul. But they're allowing the subs anyway. Discussion between the referee and Coach Tim Keogh of ESM. It seems like the referee may have thought he was calling timeout, but he was actually saying something else. Hence the whistle, hence the confusion, but at least it's a convenient excuse for the substitutions to be made. off the hands of Paige Baker. Passed into, that's Paparo. Shot rattles off, but is sent in. Rim gets it to Goff. Zogby applying some heavy coverage, and the shot by Karamaya Mir, a little too much mustard on it. It is 44-21 with 3 minutes left in the game, and will remain that way after the shot by Paparo is off the mark. Line change from ESM, 3 substitutions, emptying the entire bench. Time back in as Angelina Cosentino takes it down. Zezic out to McDuffie, pass to Chavusti. Cosentino will take a 3, rattles out. Rebounded by McDuffie, back to Cosentino. Pass is tipped away. Now it's Kessler underneath the basket. Easy shot. 46-21. That's a 25-point deficit if you struggle to do the math like I do. McDuffie out to Chavusti. Cosentino round the horn to Zezic. Mir almost lost control. McDuffie, Cosentino, McDuffie. Off Mir's hands, shot at the buzzer. Taken in desperation by Zezic. It's a Red Ram ball, shot clock violation. Minute 40 left. Of course, we want to thank all of you for showing up and watching along here on JDTV. Sam Gelfand and Tyler Aitken. That is officially a travel on Maris Kessler. Cosentino will cross half court. Very bright pink and green sneakers. Interesting color combination. Mir well short. Tried for the fadeaway, and, well, it faded away from the basket, too. Minute 15, Kessler, that's not Kessler, that's Paige Baker, who looks very much like Kessler when you're all the way up here. Shot by Paparo is off, but Baker sinks one. (48-21), final minute of the game. Mir passes over to Chavusti. 1-3-1 zone still employed, off the mark. Rescued by Paparo, and the Red Rams are just going to waste as much time. It's the sportsman thing to do. Someone puts in the comments, congratulations on your win. There's still 30 seconds. You never know. Could get a point a second. Unless that happens. 50-21. And Chavusti passes over. Cosentino tries for a final shot, rattles off. 3 seconds, and that's the game. The Red Rams take this contest 50-21 over the East Syracuse-Minoa Spartans. At first, a much closer game than many of us might have thought. The Spartans able to completely stop the offensive momentum of the Red Rams, though they battled and finally took it back after switching up defense and offensive strategies once or twice, and it results in a Red Rams victory. My name is Sam Gelfand on behalf of everyone here at JDTV and the Jamesville-DeWitt Central High School. Thank you so very much for joining us. Have a very good night wherever you may be.